Hello, I'm Keith Hilson with the Schmidt Music Trombone Shop, back with another accessory review for you. And today, specifically, I'm going to look at one of the most popular cases on the market today, the Marcus Bonna Compact Tenor Case. So we know about Marcus Bonna. They have been one of the go-to bag makers for going on a decade plus. The innovations that they brought to the market, in particular in terms of case construction, materials, starting to look at fiberglass or even carbon fiber construction, and the designs of the interior of the case, were designed to provide protection while making them lightweight and compact and portable, and with a lot of built-in storage with them. They have really become a go-to for a lot of folks, and frankly, they're a design that are still emulated by a number of different makers. So among all of their case designs for trombone, one of their, if not the most popular, is their compact tenor case here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a little bit of a look at this on the inside so we can see exactly what's going on with this here. One of the things I always really appreciate about these cases, and frankly, any really top-end premium case, are all of the little details. I think that really demonstrate how much care that they put into the design and taking care of all these little features that maybe other case makers don't think of, or just don't want to make the case expensive enough to take care of these little details. But there are a lot of differences here. So, first off, we've got things right away. We've got all of the hardware here. All the hardware is exceptionally well stitched in place, fastened in place. It does have the metal feet both on the side here if you stand it up, or on the bottom here as well. So no matter how you're putting it down, setting it down, you're not having to put it on a dirty floor. It's keeping the fabric off of there, which I think is really, really fantastic. On these cases, and Marcus Bonna does this on a number of their cases, they have the removable music pouch. So this music pouch on the front, which will take a standard 8.5 by 11, even a little larger than that. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll fit your larger folio size. There aren't, frankly, a lot of pouches out there that will. But it'll take anything smaller than that. Really nice and padded there. But if you don't want to have that on there, it does just zip right off. So you don't have to have it on there. If you want to make it even a little more compact profile, you have an option with that here. But let's go ahead and open this up so we can see what we've got going on. So, guys, so we've got the two zippers on the top. These are the YKK zippers, which are really kind of the industry standard as far as high-end zippers go. Got it. And the interior looks like this here. So just like all of the other Bonna cases, this really is designed to have more of an open interior. So instead of doing what, for example, ProTech and others do, where they have a contoured padded interior to really help protect everything in place, the Bonna approach is we're going to make this interior more open. We're going to kind of really fit everything here, and we're going to use a lot of pads to really hold everything in place. And it's all about putting the padding in the right place here. So it can take a little bit of work. All of this is made to be movable. So what that means is that as you are going through here, you may have to fit this to your horn. It may take a little bit of trial and error to figure out what the best combination is, but that's okay. And again, one of the things I really like about the Bonnas is that there is a lot of storage built in here. So you've got this storage compartment here. They include a mouthpiece pouch here, so you don't have your mouthpieces bouncing around, which obviously is very, very nice. And then you do have a fairly large storage area down here as well. I mean, that's about that deep there, really wide. So I mean, you're going to be able to fit in all of your, your oils and greases, and if you have a metronome, all of that is going to be able to fit under there and be really nice and secured in place here. But of course, the big thing is, how does the instrument fit? So again, the whole idea here is we're trying to put all the padding in the right spot here. I like that it does have a tenon protector here, so it's got this wedge so you can put this by your slide tenon here, so that it's not only preventing that from getting a lot of damage in case you have a bump like that, but it's also helping to actually hold that in place here. And again, one of the really nice things about this particular case here, I believe the standard tenor case also has this built in. You do have a built-in mute area here. So the whole idea here is that you can have a straight mute cup mute likely won't fit in. Depends on the cup mute. You might be able to have something better, but especially a straight mute, or if you have one of the larger practice mutes, like I think a Dennis Wick practice mute would likely fit in here. A mute would likely fit in here as well. So you've got that transportation option built into here as well. The slide, of course, sits right back here. If I had anything kind of right off the bat that needs a little bit of adjustment, at least you might have to do a little adjustment, the slide is pretty loose, as you can see here. And that's important because we don't want the slide obviously banging around there. If we get too much excessive movement like that, well, then you're possibly opening things up to torsion, twisting issues. So there, for sure, I think you'd want to take one of your pads, and it does come with extra pads here. You're going to want to take one of those pads, if not a couple, and find a good spot there to keep your slide in place. Now, one of the other things with this particular setup is that because of how compact it is, there are certain lengths, especially on your open wrap large bore tenors, that may be a little bit more problematic. That's why they built in this pouch here. So I picked the Bach here in particular because Bach tends to have one of the longer F attachment slides here due to their particular design. And so what Bonna has done is they've created this pouch here so that you can take your slide and it'll fit right inside the pouch. It's a perfect fit for that. And zip it up here, obviously, like so. And then what that's going to do, then you still have plenty of room here. So, okay, what does that mean? That means you're going to have to put your tuning slide on when you take the horn out of its case. Okay, there's a couple of extra seconds to think about. So that may be something I had, some folks really don't want to do any extra work when it comes to the cases. They really want it to be, I take the case out, the instrument out of the case, I put the slide on, I want to play. So if you are somebody who says, boy, I don't want to have to do any extra work with the horn than I have to when I'm ready to play, this might be something to consider. Now, a lot of the open wrap designs are going to be okay, especially, those Minix style and others where they have a wider distance here where you get more of that soft curve here. You're going to be a lot better off with it. Not better off, but there's going to be more likely that it's going to fit there. But if it doesn't, you do have this protection built right into here as well. And of course, with the Bonnas, they are built to be portable. So they do come with shoulder straps, of course. I actually really like, this is their newest design. They've gone through a couple different designs of the shoulder straps, in particular how they attach to the case. I actually really like these here. What they've done now with these is basically built in another loop here. So you've got a leather loop here. So you put this through, you attach this to the back there. And so this is about as foolproof a way as I can think of attaching to the case. I've seen them use metal clips for a while. They were using like a metal paper clip design, which was really sturdy, but boy, it was kind of a bear to put on. I think this feels a little more accessible while still, I think, being as detachment free as possible. I put these on, once you get them secured in, I really can't see them detaching at all there. So I think there's some really nice innovation happening with that as well. Now, beyond all of those features and all of the great protection and storage we have built in, of course, one of the big selling points on these cases is the size, the weight, the portability, the transportation options with these. So this case comes in at just about 10 pounds. So it definitely on the lighter side as far as cases go, especially for a hard shell case. In comparison, the ProTech Pro Pack, which is kind of one of the go-to standard aftermarket hard shell cases, that comes in at about 11 pounds. So this has got a pound lighter going for it here. And of course, we have the compactness. Now, Marcus Bonna does have a couple of tenor trombone case options. They've got their lightweight option, of course. So size-wise, that's actually going to be kind of more in this ballpark with a few different dimensions there. They have their standard tenor case, which is quite a bit longer. Now, it's a little bit more slender in a certain way, especially as you get towards the top of the bell, the tuning slide area. It does get more compact, but it is quite a bit longer. But this comes in really very, very compact. So lengthwise, it's 32 inches by about 11.5 inches by about 9 inches here. And what that means is you're really going to be able to fit this into pretty much any overhead. The only exception might be one of your really small regional jets. So for example, like one of the Canadian 200 series where they have really small, compact storage bins, but even there, you've got a good shot on it. I've recently traveled on one of those jets with one of the tuxedo bags, Tenor Trombone gig bags, and that one is really similar dimensions for the most part, except actually being a little bit wider and a little bit longer, and I was able to make it, to fit it inside even that storage bin there. So you've got a really great shot at that. And again, what I always say with these cases is, you have a fantastic chance of getting this on the airplane. But if you can't, if you have to gate check it, boy, it's going to be a lot better protected than if you've got a gig bag. Typically, if I'm flying with a gig bag, I want it to be small enough where I know it's not going to be an issue at all. I'm actually waiting on my own Cronkite bags, travel gig bag with the removable slide pouch, because I want to know it has that portability. However, if I had the money and if I was doing a lot of traveling, boy, I would sure think about something like this, or of course one of the great Bonna detachable bell options where you can get even more compact from there. So there are a lot of great features in here. Now, of course, you're going to pay for a lot of that. These are usually running anywhere from about the $550 to $600 range, depending on where you're looking. So they are a little bit more on the expensive side, but as far as what you get in terms of feature and longevity, these tend to have a pretty good lifespan on them as well. They've made some changes to the straps that we looked at that have really improved some of that as well, and they are repairable. I have had folks who have had these repaired by luggage repair technicians, and they're able to get a lot of lifespan out of these here. So a really great option for us. I'm glad they're still around. I think they're still a go-to for a lot of folks. So if you have any particular questions about these cases, if you have any comments, if you have one of these or another Bonna case and you want to share that experience, please feel free to leave that in the comments. And as always, you can find us on our website, schmidtmusic.com. You can let us know if you have any questions. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you again soon.